versus BDS. We were hoping to get a run back. Here it is. I'm hoping for more of what we saw in Game 1 between these two, because that was one of the best single games of Rocket League that I have ever seen in the 5 years I've been casting this game. So plenty more of that would be appreciated, but I'm expecting Dignitas to be able to produce that much of a challenge for BDS, with that much consistency. To be honest, no. I think BDS are just a little bit better today. In fact, a fair bit better, I'll be honest. You know, they look phenomenal. Dignitas really had to struggle through that last round against OXG.
Reminder, though, that last time BDS were knocked out of the winners' side on the winners' finals, they end up losing in the losers' finals. But when Extra can hit shots like that, history doesn't look likely at repeating itself.
Well, you know, if Panda's gonna hit that ball off the sidewall, he needs to get another touch. You have to double it. It's not safe to let that ball slap off the sidewall and come straight back into the middle. For this exact reason, BDS already sending an absolutely unstoppable shot on that.
Yesterday it took us 9 minutes to get our first goal. Today it's taken us 30 seconds. Match to match, I suppose. Dignitas find themselves one goal down already. Panda did turn, saw Extra already in the air, didn't want it. This one, though, he might feel a bit more happy about. Monkey Moon hasn't turned to his own net. He decides to give Jorius that pleasure.
Yeah, Monkey Moon, he had a little bit of boost to work with here, but didn't get the touch that he wanted. That was definitely a Monkey Moon misplay. Should have been able to hit that into the corner and made the follow-up unshootable for Dignitas. But he has caught the inside of the post, and Dignitas get what I think will be a very rare goal from a BDS misplay.
Jack's turned late. Still quick enough. Monkey Moon looking to try and make it up to the rest of his team. Infield from Extra. Well, he went for it, and it was an infield pass to absolutely no one, as we reveal there that Mark was all the way back on the other side of the field. A chance to clear, though, from Jorius, and they will take. Jack actually quick enough to beat BDS in the air. This is something that BDS don't usually have against them. That's a great challenge from Jack. He managed to beat one player, but Monkey Moon was in to offer that support.
Yeah, that's just you know, really composed defense from BDS. Not the kind of position you want to be in against apparently Jack, and you're 50-50ing on your goal line. Yeah, I think most players in the world are going to say no thank you to that. But they've managed to get away unscathed. Now, that being said, BDS have got to be careful. They're pressing up extremely aggressively here. They've got to look out for the passing out of defense from Dignitas. Dignitas so far have just been lumping the ball straight down the middle, but we've seen them leave Jorius, we've seen them leave Jack on occasion down those flanks and try to get the passes going straight out of the defensive clears. That's something that BDS you know, might not be capable, or at least might not be automatically positioned to deal with.
Oh, that's a huge pass over to Extra, who couldn't quite take it. Jorius. Now when he got Mark, and Panda was getting the hunt on. Extra already had that idea. We had two players both looking for that demo. Oh, misses though. BDS are not getting rid of this all that easily.
Yeah, the hunter became the hunted there, Shogun, but overall you expect the demo plays to be more of a thing that BDS are utilizing. Oh, that's another 50-50 on the goal line. This one also does not go in. Jack twice in a row now. Denied from close range. Needs to get back in the passing role after such a successful playmaker position that he had against Oxygen in the last round. Not that Jack's finishing is bad by any means, but you know, when he was getting as many assists as he did against Oxygen, I want to see more of that from him here.
I feel the need to point out that BDS are making quite a few mistakes on the backboard rebounds that they're trying to read defensively. I'm trying to get rid of that. Long series ahead. And here's beat to the ball by Mark. Looks for the follow-up. Monkey Moon, that's a lovely bounce for him. Realized he couldn't take the first time shot, though. Now it's going to be passed over to Jorius. Looks for the top corner. Mark's already there to cover it. 1-1 here. Heading into the final 90 seconds. Again, we see the attempt for the ceiling pinch. Only seen 3 of those scored in Rocket League's lifespan. We saw the third one today, but this is a goal we tend to see more often. Scored by a player we're very used to seeing, putting them in the net.
Well, somebody stick that one in a montage. Monkey Moon straight through Fire and Flames to hit that shot into the bottom left corner. That's, you know, just as dramatic as I expect a Monkey Moon goal to be these days. He's definitely fitted well into this new role that he's got in 2021, just being probably the most I think, found in the spotlight compared to any other EU player. Maybe Astral in his day can argue with that fact. Or, you know, potentially Alpha 54 if we're looking at the whole last year of Rocket League play. Definitely these days, Monkey Moon, he is just unbelievable. And it's that killer instinct, that experience, that positioning and the timing. The things that we can't really appreciate as obviously as the mechanical ability, but he's got it all. He really can just play any role. He can do anything for his team.
We talk about how inexperienced players like apparently Jack and Jorius is. Well, Monkey Moon's first RLCS season started at the exact same time as Jorius's did.
Yeah. It's mad. And the whole team,
It's
you know,
ridiculous.
Extra said a couple of, you know, he said an RLCS season in Season 9. But yeah, marked by 8, Monkey Moon, this is their first season of RLCS X. It's the same thing for Steak and Samway, who wait in the grand final, Itachi as well. You know, there's so many rookies this year in Europe. It's a, you know, a vastly different climate to what they have in NA. And BDS will take this first game. You know, the ball's been in their end for the last few seconds here, but no scares, nothing too worrying for them. And I like the Dignitas they're playing with a bit more aggression, upping the volume of shots, because they weren't shooting enough, they weren't getting enough shots against Oxygen in the games that they lost. But that's not a problem here today in this game 1. BDS were just more clinical.
And if you do start heading towards those last minute and a half against BDS, they do switch it up on you. Probably the best team in the region when it comes to mid-series and mid-game adaptations. BDS are aware of their situation at all times. They realize what each match requires from them. So for Dignitas, they did need those, you know, middle of the game opportunities that fell to them just to go their way a little bit more. It's not like they didn't have chances. It's not like we didn't see the ball literally on the goal line for them. It just didn't cross over. And that's what gave BDS the very first game. Now this is where it went very wrong yesterday. Game 2 was what, 5-0, 5-1, something like that.
It was definitely a shutout. I remember that because we almost had Dignitas being shut out yesterday by BDS. It was, I think, a minute left in game 3 before they scored. So they've already scored this series, so they don't have to worry about being perfect swept. I don't think they're really thinking about that right now, though. They're just trying anything they can to get some momentum in their favor. Jorius has missed the target there, and that is not a pass. No way was he trying to put that to the right of the goal. And that's not the first time in the, I'd say, this series and the last against Oxygen that Jorius had just missed his accuracy. And the confident shooting needs to step up for Dignitas, because that is something that BDS will do from start to finish.
Jorius is very hot and cold, as we have seen from him. 4 goals in 1 game. Then him and the rest of the team didn't score for 15 minutes, so do need him to be more on point than off now. Panda looking to try and put that one down again to Jorius. Force the challenge, and now Panda will find himself 1-on-1 against Extra. It's a great challenge. Monkey Moon for the double tap, realizes he can't get it, but he commits towards recovery instead. So 2 teams that don't press the issue too much. The goal will come when it comes.
You know, BDS have kind of got that, you know, that chaos that they thrive in. You know, they can play an organized game. They can play a perfect rotation for 4 minutes, and then all of a sudden they'll just hit you with a break, and that's all that they need. Jorius going for mark by 8 there. Extra had it covered anyway. Dignitas starting to try and disrupt this BDS rotation as much as possible. That's something I want to see more from them. Unpredictability, because they've been a bit too predictable, I think, in an effort to play perfect defense. They actually just become easier and easier to read, or at least it seemed that way against Oxygen, who had a great comeback against them after going down 2 games. Dignitas still holding strong in game 2, but that's going to be on target. Jorius just lands off the backboard to save it, but the next one will not be saved. Monkey Moon again, the scorer.
And he takes his tally up to 3. Marked by A. I love what he did with that shot. Not too much power. If there's enough on it, it can just ricochet off the car and get cleared. Instead, just popped it over. The clear can't go too long, and Monkey Moon is already in for the shot. 1-0 to BDS. Now looking like they are in their comfort zone. They've played more grand finals this season, and many teams have even seen day 3s. It's pretty insane what they have managed to accomplish. Panda needs to get contact, at least just to get his teammates some time to get back. People are doing so. Now trying to create something here. Mark's going to turn around, and Jack definitely needed to try and make sure that touch was clean. That follow-up, though, is not, and a chance now to try and break away here for Dignitas, but once again, they're just getting rid of it. This is a hit-and-hope gameplay that we are not used to seeing here from Dignitas. And so far, it has definitely been much more hope than hit.
Yeah, they're just under so much pressure. Every attack that BDS bring to the table looks like it could do the trick, and Dignitas are just trying to get rid of the ball so that they can survive a bit longer. But in doing so, they're giving away possession over and over again, and BDS, meanwhile, they're very good at keeping the ball in awkward positions. Can Dignitas work with this? They actually do. Panda's shot self-target, though. Jack's going to try and shoot one on. Mark's got it covered. That was a better exchange from Dig. They managed to keep the attack alive a bit longer than they have for most of the efforts this game. BDS still prevented it from going in. Dignitas will need to do better.
I was watching that from Dignitas' point of view, and that might be the most frustrating offense I've ever seen. Not for anything that Dignitas did, but they'd take a shot, see one player go flying past it in blue colors. They'd bump another player. All right, surely this is our opportunity. Oh, wait, have they still got two back? I swear we just got rid of them. Joris is now going to try and put pressure on Mark. That's a great idea. Apparently, Jack sees him go high. Simple enough. Put the shot low.
Oh, that's genius by Joris. He actually just fakes out Mark here. And Mark's committed to the wall save, so the low shot makes a lot of sense from Jack as well. That's a brilliant finish when you see the defender commit to the wall like that, because it's hard to both dodge into the goal and also reduce the height that you're flying in from. That's exactly what Dignitas needed. It's aggressive play off the ball that's done it. But here come BDS, and they respond like champions. Extra makes it 2-1.
Joris was watching. He was waiting for his chance, expected Monkey Moon to try and take it the whole way by himself. And by the time the realization came in that, no, this is a passing play, I've got to get there, it was already too late. Dignitas find themselves down yet again, and they've got almost no time to work with. Less than a minute. They'll try and put in yet another goal for themselves, otherwise they are going to suffer another 2-1 loss. Goes over to Panda. Plunks the ball on. Monkey Moon, though, just keeps the pressure going. BDS would like to see the rest of this game over here in the orange side of the field. Extra. Clean as you like. Second goal for him. And you don't hit it better.
Yeah, they're just too fast. Extra just leaves Final Panda in the dark there. And how about that for placement? Shooting that as far right as he can, just to give himself a bit more space to get it underneath the crossbar with the underside of his car. Extra getting a couple here to put this one very far away from Dignitas. We saw a 2-goal comeback from Occident with a similar sort of time frame, but against BDS, I really doubt that that's going to be possible. These guys are just too clean. They've managed to play a game with multiple threats in every attacking play that they have. The passes are always available for them. The demos off the ball are just raining in, and they've got the solo play potential. They've got the star quality, and they've got the finishing to really put Dignitas under a mountain of pressure every single time that they put them on the back foot. You compare that to Dignitas. Dignitas, they've had a couple of good plays. They've had some good passing. They've had some good shooting. But they just don't seem to have the same variety, the same amount of threats that BDS do whenever they attack. And there's no compensation. BDS are still recovering, and they're playing solid defense as well, despite having so much more offensive pressure.
It feels like when you're playing BDS that they've got one extra car on the field. Just how quickly they recover. The player that was recently out of the play is back in it within a matter of seconds. They are very, very efficient with the way they're going around the field, and it just seems like Dignitas aren't quite there yet when it comes to that style of gameplay. And they have now dropped 5 in a row against BDS, if we include yesterday's results. So time to start figuring this one out. They still need 4 in this series if they are to move on and take on Vodafone Giants in our next round over in the grand finals. But for BDS, they just keep this going. Like, this is nothing new to them. This isn't a special level of gameplay they found. This is the BDS that we have seen all season long.
Well, at some point during this series, Dignitas are going to have to ask themselves, are they going to keep doing what works for them, or are they going to start doing what works against BDS? Because it seems that Dignitas playstyle, absorbing tons of pressure in defense, getting loads of saves, and trying to prevent the other team from scoring, it doesn't really bother BDS because they don't really overextend, despite the massive amount of attacks that they can make happen. But what has worked against BDS in the past is that aggressive style. And do Dignitas have that in their back pocket? I don't know if they do, but already we've seen another early goal for Monkey Moon. The defender's been smashed, and so has the ball into the Dignitas net.
I want you at home just to realize just how quick that gets communicated. Because Monkey Moon, typically from there, is just going to try and get rid, maybe, you know, obviously put on target, but to just lash that as hard as he possibly could. Straight off the demo, 1-0 again for BDS. I do agree with the point you were making, though, Johnny. Sometimes certain styles don't work against certain teams. And this is very much the rock to Dignitas' scissors here. Nothing so far working out. Monkey Moon can't quite follow this one up. Apparently Jack decides to go low shot.
You know, I'd agree with you there, Shogun, except I think Dignitas have got to be paper for me. You know, they're just trying to smother their opponents.
Now you've ruined the whole analogy, okay? You're the type of person that turns around and says, oh, we're using fire as the fourth option.
I think paper is definitely the most defensive of rock, paper, and scissors. You know, it's not really doing a lot of damage. Nah, rock's doing
I'm not going to turn around to someone getting a great save and just go, oh, you know, you're like a paper in the goal line there. Well,
I've never seen a headline somebody being attacked by a sheet of paper, but rocks, scissors, maybe. You know, it's a defensive option, Shogun. So just try to remember that for next time.
Here we go, Jack. Oh, what a shot! That was clean, and that was needed.
You know, it might be rare, but paper can do a bit of damage. That right there from Jack is a gaping paper cut. Unreal, straight down the middle, slices the defense of BDS. But it's all off infield passes, a lot of infields today for Dig coming to fruition, and that's, you know, their one shot that throughout the ages, regardless of who's playing in the lineup, it always seems to work for Dignitas. And, you know, they've got to try and threaten that as often as possible.
Oh, they need to get rid. There's been a bit of a habit so far of just getting themselves back into the game and then immediately dropping it off again. Still, more than enough time here, especially with the goals equaled up. Monkey Moon looks to try and get it to Mark. Not going to work out. Might as well stick around in the play. Even from side on, Monkey Moon can get those challenges to work for himself. That's Jack's turn to do so. Jorius puts it on the wall. Goal must have come in, but who from? And that's completely ruined the rotation of Dignitas. They left the ball, and they left it to nobody on their team.
Yeah, that's a really good try, though, by BDS. I mean, they're always keeping the ball cam on every time that they're ahead of the play. They've got their eye on the ball. Look at this again in the final third. BDS, with surgical precision, are shredding Dignitas.
That's not an angle you should be allowed to shoot from. I'm just putting it out there. Monkey Moon, it should be right in front of the net. No angle to work with. How dare you not only get there, but get it with such a clean hit that it goes right over the top of the keeper. Now pass over to Panda and Extra. Saw it coming. 2v1. Who cares less? Now Monkey Moon up. That's a shot to the top corner. Won't trouble Jorius. Extra for a double tap of his own. Gets it over to Mark. And a huge save. One goal is still the difference. Jorius looks to escape. Apparently Jack hooked it over to his own side. Monkey Moon saw it coming. And the chance for a counterattack is gone. We are right back into Dignitas' side of the field. Are they going to add the third Extra? Continues to chase up. Teammate will be behind them. Dignitas might have a look at this. Huge demo. Apparently Jack. Not there in time, though. That's the other side of the field. Dignitas got it do all over again.
Yeah, Panda not able to get the air dribble going there, but Jorius has the mind game of the grind. He's passed to Jorius with a huge solo play. Dribbles a couple of BDS defenders. Monkey Moon and Extra completely outplayed on that one.
Monkey Moon stared at him and dared him to do so, and Jorius was more than happy to try and go for it. 2 each. Dignitas right back in it, and they need more of that. That is the first dead ball situation that they've had in this entire series. Managed to get it to work for themselves. Over again. Is it the same story, though? Same story, same player.
Yeah, you do not let Monkey Moon shoot from that kind of range. You just don't get away with that. Jorius, you're in no man's land. He just backflips. And really, it wouldn't have mattered even if he didn't backflip by accident. You're not saving it from there. You don't want to let Monkeyman shoot uncontested from that range either. Maybe Jorius would have a chance if he's in the goal, but that's just class from Monkeyman in off the bar. And he hit that as hard as was absolutely possible from that position. They're not going to give Dignitas a break.
1 minute. Dignitas have got to do it for a third time. Get themselves back into this game. Jack has his opportunity. Goes for the low challenge. Does at least get a bump. Dignitas did try to unleash for a bump play on the goalkeeper. They couldn't quite find it. 50 seconds. Panda, he's up so early, and even that wasn't quick enough. Extra, gonna go by himself. Flip reset, didn't get the block. Monkey Moon up, double tap won't be available. Panda just eases the ball over to the corner. 30 seconds on the clock here, Johnny. And Dignitas need one more.
Yeah, they haven't really played with enough confidence. They've not played with that aggression that has worked for other teams against BDS in the past. You know, BDS only have 3 losses out of all of the regionals and majors they've played on final days. You know, it's been Top Blokes, Team Queso, and now today against Giants. None of those teams like to hold back and play defense unless they absolutely have to. The Dignitas are, you know, learning once again, you can't do it against BDS, and this is just not going to do it. They had one last chance there. Jack missed the pop, and now they're going to need to reverse sweep BDS if they're going to keep their run alive here. And I don't think anyone, no matter how crazy, thinks that's possible.
It would be a match that is looked back many times over, and there have been a lot of very historic matches in the Dignitas library. None that would quite go up there with reverse sweeping the informed BDS here, and a very angry BDS who want that rematch. They want to not only beat Giants once more, but they want to beat them again after that and prove that they were the superior team all along. To do that, though, they've got to get one more victory here against a Dignitas that look just one step behind. Dig's problems aren't even really their own cause, though. It's the fact that BDS, they're just so quick. They take small opportunities, small mistakes that you go for, and then they let Monkey Moon hit the ball really hard. That is it.
Yeah.
That is the game's plan, and it works.
Yeah, it's all about fast recoveries. Dignitas style works against teams who do not recover quickly. It works against teams who overextend. Now, BDS have not been known, they've never been known as a team in either of those categories. So what Dignitas is you know, trying to build their team on, and the strategy that they're trying to play around, it might just be stylistically incorrect in this matchup. We've seen it twice in a row. There's 0 wins and 6 losses in games against BDS this weekend in RLCS. Now, yes, they did sweep BDS in the offseason, but I think by now we've all realized that BDS in the offseason is a different team to RLCS X BDS. And already, it's going to be BDS walking easily into the lead as Dignitas' third man gets caught underneath the ball again. This time, it's Jack. He's just autopiloted off the goal line there, and he's been forced to suffer the consequences.
Already 6 games now without Dignitas grabbing a win. This could easily be 7. This rate, we could turn around in the future and say, no, this isn't a best of 7. This is, will BDS beat them just 7 times in a row? Dignitas, can you just get 1?
And as much as I'd like to see a good series here, you know, a close series, it just doesn't look likely. Dignitas are making mistakes defensively, and for a team who's all about playing a perfect defensive matchup, that's not what they should be doing, and this is just not where they want to be. Oh my goodness, Dignitas struggling again to clear the ball. Luckily, they had the full squad back to do so there. BDS continue to play exactly the way they want to play. This is where they want to be. They want to be in your corners, stealing your boost, bumping you around, and threatening shot after shot from all kinds of angles. Marks on the backboard here, just for fun. And it does look like Dignitas are being toyed with at the moment.
Just waiting for their opportunity. Jack, crucially, does get one of the 100 boosts. Second touch that nobody was really expecting, but they've got to use it now to try and escape. Low boost here for Jack. It's right back over to Mark. Straight back into that orange side of the field. Not a great clear there from Panda either. So he's now left Jorius and apparently Jack in a bit of a tough spot, one that they have dealt with admirably. Jorius gonna get that one to drop down. As always, BDS refused to be caught out, and now they've broken away here.
Whoa.
Extra fakes him out. It's just fleeting moments of this ball being in the blue side of the field, and then we go straight back to the orange.
Yeah, unless Dignitas are passing, I just don't see them scoring right now in the matchup. You know, we had a great solo dribble from Jorius in the last game. I think Extra went for a fake on him just to get his own back for that one. Did pull it off as well, but you know, at Dignitas, they have to try and pass more often. They're not clearing this ball into angles that BDS are going to struggle to intercept. They're just hitting it straight towards BDS on every single play. And it's not really the fault of the player making the clear. It's just there's never any options. They never have any passing options available. Now, finally, they get one, and already it's the best chance of the game so far. It's all about that movement off the ball for Dignitas. When they make these little runs, it looks like they've got something to work with. But for most of the time, they don't even have the boost to make the runs. Oh, and that's not a good enough first touch. That first touch from Panda is just not good enough. That was a great chance for them, Shogun.
Yeah, the infield was right there staring at him, and they didn't get it. Huge chance there to get that goal back. Panda wants to find the block. He has managed to do so. His team is under so much pressure. Jorius, good luck, and my goodness, well played. Now to the other side, apparently Jack off the demo, and Extra is still too good on the goal line.
Yeah, Jack was able to get one there with the demo, but there was a second man back. I don't know if he saw him. But Dignitas have at least got the tide to turn. It's not completely all the way out now, but it's definitely turning. BDS are still threatening, though, again and again. They attack, and every single time they attack, it just looks like they could be scoring. Dignitas, on the other half, they don't look like they've got anywhere near as many threats. Well, they don't have that aerial consistency that BDS do. They definitely don't have the same level of power shots, and although they've got a lot of mechanical ability on the lineup, BDS are a lot more confident with theirs. A lot more fast to get into these positions and make the big plays happen.
It's a team that has been thrown into the spotlight after a great end to their 2020 season. And heading into this year, looks very good as well, but Dignitas might just not have enough yet to take on BDS. They had a huge chance there. They couldn't take it. And it's now BDS who want that final goal. They want to just put the exclamation mark on this one. Mark delays his shot. Almost went in.
Wow.
Who's going to step up for Dignitas? They've got to have someone here. They need someone.
I mean, they're trying everything here. This has been a valiant effort from Dig in the final game, but it just looks so easy for BDS to stop them. The aerial attacks are being shut down before they've even gotten started. BDS, the all-seeing eyes, just preventing all the passing plays from ever being a threat. 1-0. BDS have absolutely destroyed Dignitas in this series. And, you know, it's by far the best result that Dignitas have had in RLCS X. But at the same time, they will have to go completely back to the drawing board with this matchup. 0 wins, 7 losses to BDS in games. That is a smashing. Like they just got completely schooled, and stylistically, they look like they never had a chance.
It's a major level up for them. They were nowhere near this sort of level coming into this tournament, yet they want to win championships. This still won't be good enough for Dignitas. It's a huge step up. They will look at that. They'll be happy with that. They want championships, and if they want championships, BDS right now is the team to beat. And no team will know that more than the team that BDS are playing in the next round. Giants were able to beat them earlier on today. The question is, can they do it again? Johnny, I want your opinion on that.
You know, I'll still say the BDS are the favorites here, even though Giants have beaten them once today. I still believe the BDS have got what it takes to beat the Giants twice in a row. You know, well played Dignitas. That's a huge result, a massive result for them in such a short window since Jack joined the team. And I'm sure that they're going to know how to make the required improvements here. Look at what other teams are doing against BDS, teams that do have success. Even look at the Giants series against them today. See what they're doing. You know, Dignitas are a smart team. I have high hopes for them. But today definitely belongs to BDS. Giants, they've got 2 chances here. This is the best chance that they're going to get. I'd still say BDS are the favorites, though.
And it is a monstrous series up on the way. Will Giants be able to take out BDS and take the regional championship? Or are BDS still the kings of the region? We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, it's grand finals time.